So our first reading comes from Psalm 31, verses 1 through 5, and verses 15 through 16. Let us hear now the word of the Lord. In you, Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me in your righteousness. Turn your ear to me. Come quickly to my rescue. Be my rock of refuge, a strong fortress to save me. Since you are my rock and my fortress, for the sake of your name, lead and guide me. Keep me free from the trap that is set for me, for you are my refuge. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Deliver me, Lord, my faithful God. My times are in your hands. Deliver me from the hands of my enemies, from those who pursue me. Let your face shine on your servant. Save me in your unfailing love. Our gospel reading this morning comes from the gospel according to John, chapter 16, verse 33. Let's hear now the word of the Lord. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So, some weeks, it's harder to come up with something than others. There are times when we run out of words, and that's just the way it is. And so, thankfully, we have a tool called music and scripture and litanies, but also Twitter. And so, I, late Monday night, maybe, I think, probably, had thrown out on Twitter to what I call Theo-Twitter, because I follow all sorts of theologians and friends from seminary and colleagues and all of that, and I follow plenty of other things. Like, there's one that's called A Possum Every Hour. It's pictures of possums every hour. Anyway, so I'm all over the place. So I throw this out on Twitter. I say, we have a virulent threat, massive unemployment, and now murder hornets. Tell me again how Jesus has overcome the world. Do not fear, take heart is the text this week. Help me out, Theo Twitter. So I send this out, and my friend Susan Watkins, who went to seminary with me in my first year, replied in this little thread. She said, that phrase, overcoming the world, is after Jesus warns the disciples people will kill them because of him, and the world is full of grief. His assertion is that our hope is in eternity. Our efforts to better our world are a reflection of our hope, not our method to gain hope. Hope in our efforts changing the world is the subtle downfall of faith. Our true hope is in a God who is all-powerful, all-loving Redeemer. And all our efforts for good overflow out of that, and thus can persist even in desolate circumstances. That's not to say there aren't miracles or that God is not moving powerfully in our midst, but we are his plan A. We are his plan A for being light in a dark world. Expecting to see it get better around us is bound to be disheartening, but he gives us strength to be that change. So I thought we would try something weird in the time of COVID-19 and do a Twitter homily. So there you go. We will see you next week.
Come, ye disconsolate, weary language, come.
is a litany in the time of pandemic. For those of you that got an email, it'll be in your email. I composed this afternoon because it felt fitting, and so you can join me in the bold. You can close your eyes and listen. So here's a litany for the time of pandemic. O great physician, our days have changed so rapidly, so unexpectedly, and with great uncertainty. There are millions who went to work one morning only to find themselves jobless the next. There are hundreds of thousands who spoke to a loved one day, only to lose them the next. There are those who are without a home. There are those who are unsafe in their homes. We are crushed by the weight of disruption. This is not a sacred disruption. This is not God doing something new. This is pain. This is disease. This is grief. We struggle because we cannot touch each other, can only see each other through our screens, can only hear voices through a phone line. This is unnatural. This is not human. This is not how we would like things to be. Where is the spring of new life? The flowers blossom, even as we lose that which we hold dear. The sun shines, even as darkness continues to fall. Though it is true we are in pain, we have anxiety and we have loss, we can add truth to truth, because hope somehow springs eternal. And so we ask, stir up in us a spirit of compassion and tenacity Move us to reach out to the vulnerable, the suffering, the sick, and those whom we love. And so we ask, ease our fear that we may share our resources rather than hoard them. And so we ask for healing in whatever way healing can come. And so we ask for wisdom. And so we ask for tender care of our essential workers, for tender care of all. And so we ask to grow, to deepen our convictions, to become better stewards, to become better servants, to become better people. And so we ask all of this of the one whose name is steadfast love. Amen. Rock of ages, cleft for me, let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood from your wounded side which flow be of sin the double cure. Save from wrath and make me whole. Not the labors of my hands can fulfill thy lofty demands. Could my zeal no less be known? Could my tears streets are empty, bars and cafes too. Streetlights only changing 'cause they ain't got nothing to do. Say it's like Christmas when nobody's around, when our city was still a secret before those carpetbaggers came to town. The airport and train stations full of desperate people trying to convince the gate agents that not all emergencies are equal. No one's going anywhere soon. Inside the Safeway, it's like the Eastern Bloc. People have a way of crazy when they think they'll be dead in a month. But you like the silence, went through the trees. And I like walking beside you through these days of no guarantee. National Guard is on their way to protect us from our neighbors. Everyone who swam for it is drowned out past the breakers. The airports and train stations